my dear students. We are meeting after a very long time. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all are preparing for your board examinations, which is just round the corner. In today's video, we will be discussing about the poem for Anne Gregory by W.B. Yeats, which is a part of Class 10 CBSE syllabus, in which we are going to study in details about the poet, the theme of the poem, the message delivered by it, the central idea, the stanza-wise summary of the poem, and the poetic devices used. For your convenience, I have added timestamps in the description so that if you wish to watch any segment again, you can just click on that particular timestamp to go through it. So, without further delay, let's get started. William Butler Yeats, popularly known as W.B. Yeats, was an Irish poet, dramatist, writer, and literary critic who was one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. He was a driving force behind the Irish literary revival. He was a symbolist poet using elusive imagery and symbolic structures throughout his works. He chose words and assembled them so that in addition to a particular meaning, they suggested abstract thoughts that seemed more significant and resonant. The theme of the poem states that humans are loved or appreciated for their physical appearance. Only God can admire the inner beauty of a person. Moving on to the message of the poem, it is a lesson to all the people that you can't find anyone other than God who will love you for who you actually are. There would be a lot of people who will desire you for your external beauty, but only God is the one who admires your inner beauty. The central idea of the poem: most people love others just because they attract them physically. The complexion of the skin and the color of the hair are more important for us than the real worth of a person. We rarely love people for themselves alone. Shallow-minded people adore only physical beauty. We should look for spiritual beauty. Physical beauty is skin deep. It is momentary. Unfortunately, most of the people are attracted by the color of the skin and hair. Only God alone can love a person for himself. We shall now move on to the stanza-wise summary of the poem. Stanza 1. Never shall a young man, thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts at your ear, love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. The poem is a conversation between the poet and a girl named Anne Gregory. The girl has beautiful hair that fall on her ears and seemingly protect them just like a boundary wall protects the fort. These features can make anyone fall in love with her. But this love is not for her, but for her beautiful appearance. The poet points out at the reality that many people face during their youth, that they are liked by the opposite gender not because of their inner beauty but because of their appearance. Stanza 2. But I can get a hair dye and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. Anne replies that she has a nice solution to this situation. She can dye her hair and change the color into black, brown or carrot, as this will no longer make her look less attractive. Then maybe she will find the young man who will love her inner beauty and not her appearance. Stanza 3, the concluding stanza. I heard an old religious man but yesternight declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. After listening to Anne Gregory, the poet says that he had heard an old religious man say that he could prove a fact with a text that he had found in some religious book. The fact was that it is only God alone who loves us for what we are and not how we look. He loves us for our inner qualities, and only God can do this. Let us now discuss the poetic devices used in this poem. The first one is metaphor, which is a poetic device which compares two things or qualities which are unlike. Example of metaphor in this poem: honey-colored ramparts at your ear. The second poetic device here is alliteration, which is the repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line. Examples: your yellow, set such. The last significant poetic device used in this poem is anaphora, which is the repeated use of a word at the beginning of two lines. Example: that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear. With this, we come to the end of today's video. You will be glad to know, children, that along with my offline English coaching classes, I am also helping out with social studies and biology after repeated requests from many students and parents. Anyone now who wishes to get detailed notes and prepare for their exams is welcome to register and enroll for my classes, the details of which are given in the description. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel to get a regular view of my videos.